have you seen anything like that?
All right, welcome back to the swing of it. We're last week we were all three. The week before it was just Joel and I, and this week it's just me and Chop. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back to what are we, 9.5, 8.5?
Yep, I need to apologise. I shaved last week,
Yep.
thinking that I had a full week to grow the mo back, and turns out I'm still a 15-year-old boy and I can't grow facial hair very quickly.
Slowly working.
It's not good.
No. Off the top, couple of things off the top actually. Firstly, I'm what am I wearing today?
That's a new shirt we're going to bring out. Like, obviously, they've got this one. There's a couple of wild ones, but we thought we'd bring out something that actually looks good.
I think it looks exceptional and feels great too for anyone who's not. I've obviously got my Wild Swing hat on and we'll plug anyone that wants to send me stuff their way. But yeah, the Ron Chopper blue. What are we looking at? Little triangles here.
Yeah.
Dark blue and light blue with a little white Ron. I like this.
Good player out of luck on the
Good
back.
player out of luck.
Yep.
So I'm a chance to go out and have 50 points.
Or 20.
Or 20. Yeah, or 20. That's first thing. You can buy it. Where can we get these?
They'll probably come out next week, so I was just seeing how it looked first.
Oh, yeah,
on
dude.
you. Just run.
Seeing if it was good. And yeah, I like it. And the other one is the Patreon. So if you haven't heard of that, throw your keys in the fishbowl and become a swinger. We've got at our website, theswingofit.com.au, you can sign up $10 a month to be a patron at our Patreon, which is less than a pint of Guinness at Kwinana, which is $10.60, I think. Way less than the ones you had when you were away. In,
Don't even want to talk about.
Karratha,
Ridiculous.
$16 pints.
No.
Silly. We've had a few sign up, which is good.
So what do we do? We now do a bit of a
We now do a
questionnaire.
little bit extra at the end of this episode. We'll do a bit of Q&A. We'll review any swings that come in.
Oh.
And you'll just get a little bit more content. When things progress further, you'll get more. So get in now early. Throw, the earlier you can get your keys in that fishbowl, the better chance you are of being picked out. But also, I didn't know this. There's a way you can become like a free patron, and people have somehow done that. I don't know if they get anything.
How does that work?
Oh, Dan turned it off. Oh, that's good.
Oh,
For anyone who did that, just pay the $10. Jump on board because I feel like it was a silly loophole we've just had in there. But anyway, here we are. Yeah, here we are. We're back. So that's all things out of the way. Subscribe on YouTube. Get on. We're flying.
Yeah, I know.
Firstly.
It's that 5K is
Yeah,
getting
the 5K
scary
John
quick.
Daly Golf Challenge. We're close to 2, I think. And it's exponential.
I need to start warming up.
Yeah, I haven't actually been. Actually, that's not true. I was drunk not last weekend, the weekend before. Yeah, so that's not true at all.
I reckon by the time it happens, it'll be the end of footy season, and you will be.
I'll be ready.
You've got a clean
I'll
run.
be ready to launch into it. Speaking of getting back on the beer, you were just telling me before this that Joel is back on it.
Well, yeah, Joel's over in Bali at the minute. That's why he's not here, and you could tell he's had a couple of bing tangs. I had a couple of messages, a couple of. Yeah, he likes to reminisce. I think the young man.
Voice memos, voice notes,
text, but you could tell in the text. There's something going on down in the heart there.
You can tell.
Feeling, oh, mate, we're doing a great job here in this. Yeah, no, but good on him. He's had a big break. He's got tooth missing. Saying that, no tooth in Bali, bing tang shirt. He's fitting in like a dream.
He'll be living it up. Is he playing golf over there?
No, I don't think so. He stay away from it.
Yeah, a couple of nice courses over there. Speaking of nice courses, if you haven't watched the Mount Lawley video you guys put out, I watched that yesterday. Boy, oh boy.
Yep.
It just is a sandbelt course.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you would have probably looked at it and
I was
gone,
watching it and I was like, this looks like Commonwealth or
Yep.
Victoria or, any of those courses. It was just awesome. When did that get done? Like a month or two ago?
2 weeks. It was actually
As in
quite
the
recent.
course, when the course
Oh,
got
God,
renovated.
that's been going on for like about 8 months, I think. Probably longer, but don't. Oh, no.
Here's Joel. We'll get to him in a second.
Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I think Jeff Ogilvy's architecture group, they went over and basically made it look like a sandbelt course. And
It looked
it's
unreal.
spot
Like the
on, yeah.
greens, the complexes there, the way that they had the greens into the next tee box.
Yep.
It looked awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be, and then the driving range is getting done. They're going to put TrackMan somewhere, and
that's
chipping green is
The clubhouse, how you just walk from the paving straight onto the first tee, like that's daunting. When it's
and
busy.
then there's a putting green like either side. So
Yeah, that's
that
good.
first tee shot with people having a putt, everyone's stopping to watch you tee off.
Oh my goodness.
It's that's good.
The putting lesson in that video, you had it a couple of days before. Yeah. It didn't necessarily.
I know what people go through now. Like it's so hard to commit to.
Early days, it didn't work. You had a few through like 5, 6, 7. I think you lipped out 3 or 4 in a row.
And Joel giggling every time I miss. It just like to double down on the miss. I understand. I give someone a lesson and I go, they're going to go and have 50 points. But then to go and stand on that first hole, first tee, and then go, hang on, what am I meant to do?
Let me move my hand from here to here. And then,
now I know what they're going through. I apologise for expecting a lot. But Yeah, coming good. I'm looking forward to a new putter coming just to completely throw a spanner in the work. I think we talked about last week.
Yeah, we did.
I have no idea how that's going to go, but
Is it the same look, the mallet putt?
I don't know.
Oh.
No idea.
No idea.
They just said, you want a new one? I went, rightio,
Yeah, send me
let's
the
do
new
it.
one. Righto, let's go. Well, we've got Joel. I'm looking at Joel on the screen here. So Jaden, by the way, is not in today, who usually mucks around with the buttons back there. We've got Dan in.
Yeah,
Hey, Dan.
Hey, I taught Jaden everything he knows, but now he's way better at this than I am.
Yep.
So I'm fumbling around, but I do have a video
A
fresh.
bit like Yoda and Luke Skywalker. Actually, Yoda was way better.
I'm Obi-Wan and Jaden is Qui-Gon Jinn,
Wow.
I think.
No,
Or
that would be the other way around.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Qui-Gon was better.
Yes.
Probably Obi-Wan and he's Anakin, but turned Darth Vader.
Yes,
Because Darth
exactly.
Vader was probably better than Obi. Anyway, we
Anyways,
digress. Here we
Here's
are.
Joel. A video.
Here's Qui-Gon Jinn.
There we go. Here we go.
Hey boys, sorry I can't be there this week. I guarantee you right now, as you're listening to this, I'm sitting around some pool in Bali drinking a Bintang. And if it's not a Bintang, I'll be drinking a Long Island iced tea. Jesus, I've come out of retirement. I've just finished my round of golf. I've had 2 pints of Guinness and I've never been happier. Going a month without beer, trust me, it's probably a good thing, but I missed it. And I'm back. I'm back better than ever, I promise you. So, recap the round. I won't hold you up long because I'm sure you're busy, talking about on the podcast. Good one, Hammer. Good one. That was very funny. I'm sure Hammer just said something very funny just then. So to recap my round, I'll sum it up very quickly. I had 10 pars. I had 4 doubles or worse, and I had 4 bogeys. I was either on or I wasn't. I bladed 2 chips from 5 metres off the green, 30 metres to the other side of the green. Fantastic. Well done, Jolly boy. Trust you to absolutely axe it with a wedge in your hand. No exceptional shots. Nothing really good happened. Nothing to brag about. I think I shot at 83 off the beater. That's fine. Trying to think of a hypothetical. I was thinking something along the lines of, I love the idea of finishing in front of a crowd, right? All right, let's go a hypothetical. Would you rather have an eagle on, say, the 12th hole out in the middle of the field, no one's seen it, just your group, you have an eagle, lovely, on a par 5. So an eagle, but it's not the best eagle. Or would you rather sink a 40-foot putt for par on the last? They're your 2 options. Anyways, have a good one, boys. Can't wait to be back. I actually miss it. I love coming in and having a chat on the podcast. So anyways, see you soon, boys. Bye.
Good on you, Jolie.
Well done.
That's a hypothetical for us.
Yeah.
So an eagle on a par 5, just in the middle, out in the middle of the course.
Yep.
Or a 40-foot putt on the last for par.
I'm going the 40-footer.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
The putter up, the pointing, you can play it up.
Because, an eagle in the middle, you pays for your comp fee. You get $8 back,
Yeah.
whatever. But, especially if there's a if you're at the right course and it's on in front of the clubhouse and there's people watching.
Yep.
But even if you're not, finishing the round on that.
Oh, yeah. That brings
would be
you back.
exceptional.
Yeah,
No question.
Yeah.
Because you could have had 10 points up until that
Yeah.
point. But
Yep.
you hole a bomb, 4 or 3 on the last,
Yep.
you're home.
You're getting more high fives than the bloke that's had 40 points.
Yeah, and who's had an eagle on 12.
Yeah.
You're happier.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good on you, mate. Did you see bloody old mate putt on the last?
You see that guy's putt on the last? Yeah, you put it. Did you see his scorecard? He had 15 points.
Yeah, but the putt, mate.
you
The
would have had
putt.
the putt.
Yeah, I'm going the putt
Yeah,
every
I
other
agree.
week.
I think I'm going the putt. Any golf for you over the week?
We played Whaleback. I think it was the day after the pod.
Yes, the
week.
Wednesday
we
last
played
week.
Whaleback. Yeah, I mean, the greenkeeper got out there early and he mowed and cut the greens for us.
Perfect.
And very cool. If you're just getting into golf, that's the place to go. You just go off the whites, not too many long par 4s.
Yep.
There's a nice par 3, 13th over the water. Pretty cool.
What was the format?
Just me playing
Yep.
stroke, trying to break par. Joel did a video just on the back nine, having a whack, and I think that's probably come out already.
Yep.
But yeah, just the condition of a course that gets that much traffic, the guy does a bloody good
It's
job.
tough. Those public courses around here, you go out to Wembley or you go to Hammersley.
Yeah.
And it's just, the foot traffic through there is ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of greens that I had to. We were talking about fixing a pitch mark, and it's amazing. There's a couple of big holes, and I've just fixed a couple, and then it's that's spot on now. You can putt over that.
Yeah.
Pace of play was a bit of an issue later on when we filmed for Joel, and actually wanted to ask you about it. So, in the Netherlands, I think you have to have a license to play golf. I think it's you have, yeah.
Wow.
I don't quote me on it, but I'm going to back myself
No,
in.
but quite, mate. We don't need facts here. We are throw it up and it's just gospel.
I think you need a license to play. So you have to go see the coach.
You know you need a license
Yes.
to play golf. Yeah.
The coach has to almost give you the tick of approval that you're able to go out and play. And I don't know if that's just ability or you need to know how to, all of it, where to park your buggy, how to fix a pitch mark.
Yeah.
And I get that. That's a great idea. And then I didn't really think much about it until we played a while back.
Yeah.
2 groups in front of us, a couple of guys that looked like they just started.
Yeah.
1 tee box, the old boy was rummaging through the bin trying to find cans for his 10 cents. It was all happening and completely oblivious that they had lost 2 holes. There's a 2-ball behind them, didn't let them through. We're a 2-ball flying and they had no idea that was slow. And it made me think that's a perfect example of a group that
Just needs a little lesson.
yeah, it's not they've walked on the course. They don't know the rules. They're just having a whack, having a good time. But where's the line where that now affects everyone behind them? And so do you need a license to play golf?
This will actually, you know what? I'm going to jump the gun on something because that will tie in really perfectly to this. There's been plenty of emails, plenty of things sent in. And you can do that at our website, at the swing of it. You can send whatever you'd like in. I had something sent in from a bloke, and I just thought, geez, that's good. Where are we? Hey, fella, from Caleb Scott. He sent in this. Hey, fellas, love the pod. Just a quick one. Would love to start a Bible or commandments to follow for starter golfers / high handicap golfers. One of mine would be, if you're going to suck fast. We get that we aren't on the PGA, but you can at least keep up the pace of play. And if a ball goes well into the bush, just take a drop. You haven't earned the right to go and look for it yet. Hooroo, love to hear what you have to say. So thanks to that, Caleb. I was thinking about that all day, and it ties in perfectly to this. Having a list of rules or a little book that you give a starter pack, the golfer starter pack. Hey, boys, you're off 36. Here's a couple of instant do's and don'ts.
Yep.
One of which is don't look through the bin for cans.
He got a couple.
Good on him. He gets 20, 30
got
cents.
$1,
worth.
yeah.
I think that's a great idea. You have to know going into if I was to say, let's just come up with 5 now.
Yep.
If there's someone who's up your ass, if you've got space in front of you and someone's up your ass, you just let them through. If you're a beginner golfer, just say, go on, mate, I'm new.
Yep.
No worries. That I feel like is just a given.
Ready tee. When you're ready, go. Not
not
order
honest.
of play.
Yeah,
No.
who cares? Just hit
Smack
the ball.
it.
Yep, if
Yep.
it's there. And that's 2. I like that. If you're, if the ball's lost, in a bush,
Where it went in, come out.
where
Yep.
it went in, come out. Don't worry about hitting a provisional because it could easily just be lost again. Just
Yep.
walk up, just keep walking, get going.
Triple bogey. Stop at that.
Yep, happy with that.
No more 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s.
Just pick
it's
up and
done.
pick up and move on. Happy with that.
Joel, if you're listening, this is a great idea. We could do a video here. We could just go out on a golf course and make a quick 5-minute video about
Some
the Bible. The Bible
the
for
golf Bible.
getting into golf.
The Swing of It Bible. We could do that and probably sell it too. Actually, now that I'm thinking
Oh.
about it, here we go.
Oh, no.
No, don't be silly. We would give that out for free, as all the good gospels are.
If you're a Patreon.
If you're a patron.
Patron, sorry.
Yeah.
What else? Even just where you park your buggy, knowing that you don't sit it here when the next tee box over there.
that just
maybe when it's hard when you don't know the golf course and you don't know where you're walking, but
Yep.
that's just more spatial awareness, which doesn't really happen much with most people. But
It doesn't matter if you are. It doesn't matter if you're at a public golf course. Rake your bunker when you get out.
yep,
That just shits me to tears
Yep.
when you're in there and it's like, okay, mate, I know that sometimes you get a kangaroo that might have run through here, but the kangaroo doesn't have size 13
Foot
Reebok.
choice, yeah.
He's not running through the sand.
fix your pitch marks and divots.
Yep.
There you go. Is that 5?
I think we're at about 8.
Oh, there we go.
That's pretty good.
Big Bible.
Yeah, I'm happy. It's a massive Bible. We're under the New Testament now. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, I just think you need to know, almost like just a little starter video. Hey mate, here's a 10-minute, and we'll do that.
Yeah.
Here's a 10-minute video for anyone starting golf. Just do this. You're not
Yep.
going to be disrespectful. You're not going to be rude. Everyone knows that everyone started out somewhere. Mm-hmm. But at least if you have the decency to put your hand up and say, "Hey, I'm new," wear a big hat that says "My first time"
Yeah.
on the course.
I give ladies lessons who are petrified about playing at a private course.
Yeah.
There's a couple of reasons for that. One is doing the wrong thing, but then they jump out at Wembley with 4,000 people up their bum, and that's less scary than playing at a private course.
Yep.
It's got a bit of a question mark on it. I think I know the answer. I don't know if I want to say. I'll say it.
Go on.
I think. Oh no, it's going to annoy someone. I think that private women's golf gets ruined by other women.
Okay. Why so? How do you mean?
Like the club I'm at, amazing.
Yep.
All great laugh, but it only takes one to just scare a new lady, and she's never going to play golf again. What she wore, she didn't do the right thing in a bunker.
Yep.
She got yelled out the wrong way about something that wasn't an issue.
Yep.
She ain't coming back. And it happens all the time. You get someone young who's getting into golf, one bad experience on a private course more than anything.
Yep.
Never plays golf again.
So that's why they need the Bible.
They need the Bible. I need to give that to the old lady, old Doreen, that's got a problem with
Yep.
Shelley,
Shelley.
yeah. No,
Shelley.
Shelley's, who's wearing a short skirt for once and playing golf. It doesn't matter. She's going to be okay. Leave her alone. Let her play golf.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. We'll do a couple of Bibles. We might do it. Yeah. What are they? The James Wilson edition, or is that? I actually don't know. I'm not a big Bible guy. Anyway, enough of that. We should ask Scotty Scheffler. He probably got a few Bibles floating around.
Oh, yeah.
Loves Jesus. You can't talk about
I
that.
can't say anything.
So yeah, that was your golf for the week.
Yeah, sorry, that went off on a bit of a tangent.
didn't we?
Sorry.
Here we are.
Well back. Very good. Played pretty well. And then, the course was in amazing condition. If it just had a couple of pitch marks repaired, what a golf course to start playing golf at.
Yeah, and especially after the Bible. I played footy on Saturday and copped just one of the great corkies of all time. And it just like this guy's knee flushed me right in the middle of my quad. Instantly my quad blew up. The fluid has like just gone all the way down my leg and he's like pulling in my foot. Like
Still hurts now.
Still hurts now, terribly.
wow.
Like obviously the bleeding's internal, but I feel like I would need, I don't know, fucking 100 maxi pads in my leg just to soak the blood up if that's all the way going down there. Anyway, I thought it was a great idea to get out on the Sunday and play golf, to free my, like walk it out, try and get the blood moving. And we checked the radar and the radar was like average at best.
Yep.
Then in the morning I was like, hey, it's actually all right. The radar looked a bit better in the morning, so all right, bugger it, let's go. Went out at cot, front nine, thinking, okay, here we go. It's still pretty sore, my leg. Walking doesn't get much better. I'm not hitting him great, but I'm not hitting him terribly.
Yep.
And there's no rain the front nine, so we're pretty happy here. Get to the turn in 14, and I'm like, probably at the 6th hole or the 7th hole, I'm thinking, I desperately need a cart on the back nine because like I'm limping, I'm peg leg, I'm just hobbling around like it was not good. Get to the turn. On the 9th green, it starts pissing down with rain.
Yep.
The halfway house is closed, so I can't even get a sausage roll. And then I look, and there's no carts out yet. They haven't. They're going to bring them out in the afternoon, and I just hadn't. There was none there, so I was like, bugger it. I'm going to keep walking. Kept walking. Parred 10.
Yep.
Great par on 10. Took the 3-iron straight down there. 9-iron on the in the bunker.
3-iron. You hit 3-iron off that hole.
It was the tees were up a bit.
And you didn't go, I'm going for the corner.
Nah, because
What's happened?
It was wet.
Oh,
and
okay.
I was like, oh, I'm slippery.
Sore leg.
Sore leg, slippery. Took the 3-iron,
Wow.
9-iron in the bunker, up and down, great up and down in the trap, actually.
Yep.
And then had not good, I had a 5 on the next. And then I had a 5 again. And then on the par 3, 14th, had a birdie. Beautiful birdie. Like hit this 6-iron on the green.
Yep.
Massive snaking putt. Called it halfway in. Oh, that's in.
Yep.
2 or 4. And then for the next
2
5,
for 4?
2 for 4, yep. And then the next 5 holes, my leg started to just scream at me with every step. Every step I took, I was like, oh, this is the stupidest thing. What am I doing out here? And like to where I was literally at the point where I was just standing on my back foot and just like swinging at it. Everything was going right.
Yeah.
And if you know the last 5 holes, it got us like just up the hill, down the hill, up the hill. You hit the highest point and the lowest point of the course within 5 holes. I had 1 point through the next 5 holes.
Oh, no.
And it was just raining on and off, and I was just absolutely nowhere. And the final hole, 18, wiped it again. Lost ball and just thought, that's me done.
We'll
just
flip that and hole a 40-footer. What are you thinking of the day?
Oh, yeah, I'm
From
happy.
the bottom
Stoked.
to the top.
Yeah, stoked.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. I'm back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just out in 14, back in 10 for 24 points.
You'd rather just not have
Oh,
gone.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What's the go with the corky? What are you meant to do?
Well, it's I don't know. You ice it, you rest it, you elevate it, but then like the old school method of it is get it moving. So,
yeah. Well, I would have thought that's the go.
Yeah, I don't know, but that, as I said earlier, the blood has just sort of gone from here and then it's just gone all the way down my leg, and so like it's pooling in my ankle and it just kills every time I take a step. So anyway, it was just a terrible round of golf for me, and I was really unhappy with it. But you get that. So 24 points. I didn't do anything special except for that big putt.
And you're not practicing, are you? You're on the tee, go.
Yeah, I'm on the tee, go.
Do
So
you have time to practice? Would you?
no, not a heap. So this is what I was actually saying. So I played with a guy, Kevin, who is he's addicted to practicing.
Yeah.
Like he just loves golf, and it's the funniest thing because we have a Brayshaw Classic at the end of every year, and he's one of the better hand. I think he's off 4. Gets to that year at the Classic, and he's in my older brother Will's team, and just perennially shits the bed.
Yeah.
No
matter how much practice
he's done.
No.
And it's like he's just mentally frail as anything. And it gets to that part of the year over the last 4 years, his average score across both days is about 18 points.
Oh, God.
Like he's been horrible. Do
you reckon that because he's practicing too much, he's...
No. It's just the mental. It's the occasion. He just can't stand up in the occasion.
Outside of it, he's fine?
Outside of it's fine. So
Oh,
to
no.
the point where Will, as he's one of his best golfing friends, Will has said to him last year, like, I'm considering cutting you off this team because I want to win. Like, he's not here to just take part. He's here to invest. So last year we played. We won. My team won.
Yeah.
Kev was shit. And then we just had nothing to do in the afternoon. So we're like, we'll play another 18.
Yep.
Kev was in on that and went out and had like 35 points.
Yeah.
And Will was playing and he was like, he'd hit the ball and he's like, fuck you, Kev. Like, I'm seriously, mate. Like, what are you doing?
Where was this before?
Where has this been? You've had 15 points and 18 points. We were drunk the 2 nights before the Classic started. And I said to him, I was like, mate, you're just going to shit the bed again. He goes, no, not this year. And I said, I bet you $200. I was off 11. He was off 4. I said, I bet you $200 I beat you off the stick over both days. Done,
Right.
you're on. After day 1, he shot 90 off the stick and I was off. I think I was ahead by maybe 10 strokes. I offered him. I was like, I was getting in the shower before he went to dinner. I said, Kev, this was at 4:35. Kev, the offer is $150 early cash out. You've got until dinner starts at 6:30 to pay. I was in the shower, out 3 minutes later with $150.
Really?
He
He
bought
just cashed
straight
it in?
out.
Oh.
Anyway, so it'll be huge. Oh God, it'll be funny when you do your lesson with Will. You got to ask him about Kev.
Okay.
And where he's at.
Yeah.
Because he's not mentally there.
It's crazy how, like, playing with mates, I do the same. I'd play with my 3 best mates, and for some reason that day or that game of golf is harder to play in than any golf tournament. Or
No question.
Because you play at a golf tournament, it's all very polite. You hit a bad shot with your mates, you know about it, or before you hit a chip, that lie's a bit tight, you might flub it.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
Why would you say that?
Well, that's what I was thinking, but you didn't have to say it out loud.
And
Yeah.
now it's on.
So, yeah, we always say the cup we play for, it adds 4 shots to your handicap before you even tee off, just the pressure to win it. But, yeah, it's...
This year's going to be so exciting. So the winner of our challenge the winner of the previous year gets to pick the location and the format of the following year.
Yep.
So my team won. This year we're doing a 36-hole scramble at Cot on day 1 into 18 holes at Royal Freo on day 2.
Good. Yep.
And there's different scoring systems, which we'll go through later, closer to the date. But I've designed, every day has like a little intricate detail.
Yep.
Day 2's detail. So the 4 hardest holes at Royal Freo are 4, 7, 13 and 16. Mm-hmm. I've designed the format of the day so that before the round starts, the team has to allocate 1 member to each of those holes and their score counts only. And they all multiply. So if someone scratches the hole, you get 0 across those 4. I designed that specifically to put more pressure on Kev.
Oh, God.
So he's just... And he knows about it. So this will be in October. Late October is the Classic. He's got about 5 months to just sit and stew every time he plays that course and goes to those 4 holes. He'll be thinking about it.
Well, does he have a couple of beers before he tees off, or is he dead
mate,
serious?
He's as serious as a shooting
Mate, if
dog.
you're listening, a couple of pints, honestly, because it sounds like you just need a little, just something to take the edge off. And it hasn't worked before. You might as well have a crack this time. Couple of pints, loosen the hands.
Loosen the hands.
What's the worst that's going to happen?
Exactly.
You're going to get kicked off the tour.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get kicked off the air. You're not going to be invited back next year. God, it would crush him. We were at the...
You can't do it to him.
Nah, you couldn't. He'd be so crestfallen. At Will's wedding, we were on the way back to where we were all staying, and Kev and his wife were there, and she was just hosing him. She was like, "We
Oh,
don't
he's
accept."
copping it from
'cause
everything.
we're talking about. I'm obviously baiting her into it, and she goes, "I can't believe it." Like he gets home and he's like, "Oh, I've had a shit day." I said, "Kev, we don't accept mediocrity in this house," and she's just going. It's just the best. So anyway,
poor
that'll be
bloke.
exciting. We're looking forward to that later on in the year.
That's good.
I'm going to try and ask. Oh, maybe I'll get Joel to film it. Just keep a camera on Kev.
I wanted to talk about the
Yeah.
big day that we're going to do when we hit 5K.
All right, roll
We
with
haven't
it.
really
We haven't actually talked it through properly. Sorry.
Is it going to be like a Guinness challenge or is it going to be like shots?
Well,
Like,
I think it's
I'll be honest with you. This is going to sound like a cop out.
you can't do Guinness.
No, I don't think I could sit there and just go beer after beer after beer
Yeah.
for 18 holes.
That's fair enough.
I won't make it.
Yeah,
Like
that's fair.
this is an athletic rig.
yeah. So
I'm trying to work. Is it shots? You could do shots.
no, well, so what
Straight to the
happens
point.
is the whole idea of the game is that you don't have to drink. If you don't want to drink, you don't have to drink. Like you could go out there and just
I don't
be
do that.
sober as a judge and
No.
shoot 4 under.
Yeah.
But then your score is 4 under.
Oh, sorry, that's right. You
If
need
you
to
drank
get some.
if you drank 10 beers and shot even, your score is 10 under. So every beer takes a shot off your score.
I reckon it should be Guinness because that is a commitment to crack one of them open. That's a dark,
Stout.
thick stout.
It is a real.
You really want that shot if you're
Yeah.
having a big one of them.
Yeah, and it's a 500ml bastard too. They're not easy. So that's what it is. You
So
don't.
it depends
have
how you start.
It does depend how you start, unless you want to just.
And then obviously looking at everyone else.
Yeah, like my plan, if it was just beer, if it could just be cans of Shelter.
Yeah.
My plan would be to have 3 quickly before we tee off.
Oh,
Like just
yeah.
go 1, 2, 3, bang,
Oh,
bang, bang.
God.
Take a few deep breaths and start 3 under. Give myself a little because like then that way I can get going.
Okay.
So-
there's got to be some strategy in this.
Yeah, because your plan might be go out and see, if you're 3 under through 3, well then just play ball. But if you're 2 over, then you might need to knock a few beers
And it's handicap, isn't it?
It's handicap, yeah. So it's net
So good golf and
a million
five
beers.
Guinness. That'll
So,
get the.
but
I
it
reckon
doesn't
that
need to do. It doesn't need to be Guinness. We can.
I like that idea because that's
Yeah.
a commitment. You could do show. It's not like
Yeah.
for that, but Guinness is like, all right, you want
Guinness
it?
is if you want a shot, you get a shot. Yeah, just a rumbling,
Just sitting in
sitting
there,
in
yeah.
your guts. Oh my god!
And then we'll get them to sponsor the Guinness
Yeah.
Classic.
Yep, the Guinness Classic.
The swing of it Guinness
the swing
Classic.
of it Guinness Classic. We can angle that.
Yeah.
we can certainly angle that. Anyway, that's
Okay, I just wanted to double check because we kept talking about it. I was like, hang on,
that's
what
the
is this going
format.
to be? Okay.
Don't know where it's going to be played yet.
Mary Park,
Is it?
Friday afternoon.
Oh yeah, actually that's true. Yeah, we've said we need to get a course that's going to host and
Yeah.
be happy with
and
us
be
to
happy.
Get,
yeah, absolutely.
Well, I feel like we're respectful enough to not damage the course.
Well, I'm a PGA professional. I'll pull you up if you.
even if you've had
It's more Joel. He'll get a bit carried away.
even if you've had 15 Guinness.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
the
just
straight.
don't worry
and
about me.
On the straight and narrow. Yeah.
we're all
okay.
good. Did you do your homework? No. Oh, come
No,
on.
I didn't. What was my homework? Peg Tin Cup.
You had to watch Tin Cup. Joel had to watch
Caddyshack.
You had to listen to the John
I
Daly.
didn't listen to that one. No, I didn't.
far out. Fail.
I've done no homework.
What the?
What was your homework? Did you?
None. I passed. I've already done this course.
Oh yeah. So give me a 15-second pitch of Tin Cup.
Tin Cup. Okay, it's a washed-up club pro that just drinks beer and doesn't care about golf, but could play.
Yep.
And basically gets convinced to go back out there. And then there's obviously the hot shot, Scotty Scheffler, and then the John Daly drinker that
Nice.
eventually clash. There's a woman involved.
Perfect.
This guy goes for everything. That's the problem. He goes for everything. And he
yeah,
washed. Yeah, he could have been something if he was just smarter. But he goes for everything. Like this is your movie, mate. This is your movie.
I guarantee you by next time I'll have watched it. Guarantee.
Joel's in Bali, and by the time he's listened to this, he might be able to download it for the plane ride home to watch Caddyshack.
I'm actually. Well, I'm not here next week. I don't know. If,
Oh, it's just me and Joel.
yeah, it's just you and Joel next
Okay.
week. I am. I'm flying. I'm going to South Africa.
For any golf?
Oh well, yeah. I'm playing the
Oh,
Gary
yeah.
Player Championship course.
Are you
over
joking?
there. Yeah. So I will. I'm not sure what day we're doing that, but I'll get some content.
A couple of swings. Send some swings through where
Yeah,
you're
I'll
playing.
send some swings. It's going to be real nice.
Going back to the movies.
So I'll watch that on the plane over. Tin Cup. Yep.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, you were saying something. Before.
I wanted to rate. We'll go over the top 10 greatest golf movies of all time. And I had a look, and the list I found was horrible.
Top 10. See, 10 is a lot of golf.
Okay, let's go top 5.
10
sorry.
is like 10 is heaps.
I can't believe there are 10. That
Yeah,
was the
that's
thing.
what
And
I'm
then
thinking.
even in the 10, There's like 5 missing that I would have. Not
Well,
5,
instantly.
2.
So my number 1 is Caddyshack.
Okay, well you got that right.
No question, Caddyshack number 1.
Number 2.
Happy Gilmore number 2.
That's 3.
Wow. Okay. 3
Yep.
is Happy Gilmore. Tin Cup 2.
Tin Cup gets rated 6th.
6th. Okay. What else are we looking at in terms of golf movies?
What have you watched? Rattle off some that you've watched.
That's what I'm just
Number 2 I like.
just trying to
The
think.
one I really like is not in there.
Perfection of People doesn't count as a movie, does it? Because that would be right up there with number 2.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Oh, I have not watched that. Unbelievable. I haven't. I've heard that it's great. Was that number 2?
I don't mind it. There's one called The Greatest Game Ever Played.
Yep.
And it's a true story about like a young amateur that wins the US Open and beats all these hot shots that come
Yeah.
over. That's a great movie. It's a true story. Has like a little 8-year-old kid caddy for him the whole tournament.
Does he really?
Very cool. Had no money. Poor kid, straight into a tournament, wins it, US Open. Unreal.
As an amateur, what happens there?
I don't know.
Do you get the money?
Doesn't get paid. Everyone else gets paid, but very good movie.
Yeah, cool.
So it's got Caddyshack, Legend of Bagger Vance, Happy Gilmore, and then it's number 4 is called Par 6. Never heard of it.
Never heard of that.
Tin Cup 6, Golf Punks, Caddyshack 2 is number 8.
Caddyshack 2 sucks.
Yeah,
Don't watch that. Don't
yeah.
watch that. Leave it at Caddyshack 1.
I want to see what this Par 6 is. I've never seen
Yeah,
that.
neither have I.
Greatest game ever played is a cracker.
Yep.
Problem I have, I don't know if you've ever, when you watch Happy Gilmore, do you watch it and in the final round, like I remember, Happy goes into the water, has like 4 or 5 thrashes at it,
Yep. gets
gets it on the green, 3 putts, and then it puts him down for like a double bogey.
Yeah,
I remember going, hang on a second.
Yeah, also, yeah.
Wait
You've
a
just
minute.
had like a 10.
Yeah, it's like, when I first watched it, I didn't understand what was going on, but now I'm like,
Fresh
1,
fresh
2,
airy,
penalty,
fresh airy, fresh airy.
yeah, trips, maybe a 10 there.
Yeah.
Why has he just won the tournament?
Yeah. Has he gone down for a minus or he's just gone up 1?
The building falls in the way. No, I can't move it. Yeah, you can.
You absolutely can.
Like,
move
what's
it.
happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
play it as it lies.
It's
Well,
ruined. Yeah, now I know the rules. I can't watch Happy
Yeah,
Gilmore
you're
anymore.
also like, it's standing on a spectator's foot.
Yep,
Like,
yep. He didn't have to hit that.
Yeah, the spectator can just move his foot.
Great movie though.
Oh, it's a cracking.
They're going to
I've got
ruin
another
it.
one
I
coming up.
know. I can't be as good. There's no way. I feel like it will be very corny. A lot of special guests, and you can't replicate Happy Gilmore.
I've got a feeling that it might be all right.
You reckon?
I don't know. I'm optimistic about it.
It's hard when the first one was such
The
a
first one
iconic
was so
movie.
funny.
Yeah.
So funny. I reckon like my favorite character or the most underrated character is Ben Stiller in that.
Yes.
Like, and I think he's coming back for the new one. Like his character is so funny, just awesome. Like Grandma loves quilting. It's just, he is hilarious. I don't know when the new one comes out. Probably go watch that.
They did a big marketing thing where you could actually try and get on it. I think all these like pages on it.
We should have got on it.
Yeah. We don't have the
probably
physique
don't.
for it, I don't think.
Yeah, no, we don't have the physique for it. Yeah, no, that'll be interesting to watch. What else do we have? I had something else for you off the back.
We've got this trip to Queensland's actually coming up pretty quickly, and booked in a couple more courses. Marucci, I think I talked about that.
Yeah, Maroochydore.
Palmer, no, not Palmer, Coolum, no, Coolum, Mount
Yep.
Coolum. Twin Waters just locked
Didn't
in.
you say that we were going to go and break par
Yeah,
to get back at Clive?
Yeah, dinosaurs on the back 9 apparently, so that's something we're going to have a look at. Wouldn't mind chucking in Palmer, but one of the videos, we've been doing this series where I play public courses.
Yep.
Joel played in the one that's going to come out next week at Collie Park.
Yep.
I want to bring Joel in to play either Mount Coolum or Marucci.
Yep.
But I was trying to change it up a bit, and I want to get your advice on
Yep.
what you would watch.
Yep.
Me versus Joel, off the stick.
Yep.
Now, there's 2 options. Joel either plays from the Reds or he gets 9 mulligans.
Oh, that's so good. I think the Mulligans.
You reckon? That's
Yeah.
what Joel said.
Yeah, I reckon the Mulligans because it adds an extra element to it.
He's got to think about,
He's got to actually
do I
think
use it
about
now?
it. It's not just like golf versus golf. It's like he's got to be smart with it.
Well, what if I let the people vote? Write in the comments for this video, mulligans or red tees?
Or
Oh, we got a third. Oh.
Mulligans,
Yeah.
red tees, or reverse Mulligans
On me.
on you.
So that's when if I hit a good
If
one,
you
he
hit a
can
good
say,
one, he
take
can
it
say
back.
reverse. Yep, take it back. Go
The
again.
only issue with that is I think people want to see how I go at their club.
Oh yeah, true. So we don't. Yeah,
if I hit a good one and then I replay in the bush, that's screw with Joel.
Okay, yeah, screw with Joel.
He's not here. Doesn't matter.
Happy with that.
So you write mulligans or red tees, and whichever gets the most votes, that's what we're going to do when we go play.
Yeah,
Same
mulligans or
sheet.
red tees for Joel. Happy with that.
Yep.
Versus you and that's off the beta.
Yep. And how do you reckon who's going to win that? If you watch the Collier Park one, whenever we play, it goes down the last, and it has done, and it happens again. It's just ridiculous. Something happens. He turns into Superman, and Joel's my kryptonite when we play. And this one goes down to the last shot, the last hole. Again. It's
think,
ridiculous.
Like 9 mulligans for a guy off 9 is a lot.
Okay. He goes in a bunker, flubs it, mulligan. There's no guarantee that next one's going to come out.
If he goes in the bunker, he would take his mulligan. He would go back and he would not.
Yep. But who says he's then going to hit the green?
Yeah, exactly. But
That's the ability. Does he back it up?
It's good.
good. I like
that.
It's growing on me.
It's a great format. Screw the vote. No, we'll do the vote. We'll do the vote.
But the red tees, everything's like a pretty short par 4.
And he can drive the ball like a
pretty good.
Fair,
but then he has to play the wedge that he doesn't like to play. This mulligan idea sounds like it's going to be the way to go.
Well, people will vote. Let
us know in the comments what you reckon.
Yeah, so Joel is obviously not here, so we can have fun at his expense. Have you seen this trend that's popping up a little bit at the moment of like, we did it the other week for AFL Evolution, me and Scully. Have you seen like ranking your own stats? It's like
like a player card.
Player cards, sort of like a PGA Tour.
Well, like the FIFA
card version,
rating.
but just of golf.
Yeah.
So I think, what is there? Driving, what would there be? Driving, irons,
putting,
chipping.
And that covers bunkers and chipping. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's 4, and then maybe smart, golf IQ. Mental IQ, golf IQ. We're happy with golf. Yeah, so if we were ranking ourselves, driving, irons, chipping, putting, golf IQ. So I reckon we can rank ourselves, and then we can rank Joel.
And 100, you're like PGA Tour level.
So Tiger Woods, like prime Tiger is 100 for
across the board.
He probably would have been So Phil Mickelson is 100 for chipping.
Yep. Scotty Scheffler at the minute would be an overall rating of like
a
98.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So how would we go about this? We'll do you, I'll do me, and then we'll both do Joel.
Driving, I'm 85.
Okay, break that down a little bit. What's your? Because you did drive it pretty well the other day.
Yeah. It's pretty.
Tiger's 100. You're on 85.
85 because it's not amazing. It's gets a bit sketchy.
Yep.
Depends. If I got the fade, I'm fine. If I hit a snap hook, don't worry about it.
I reckon so you're 85. My driving, I reckon, would be a 68 at the moment.
Because you go for everything. Though.
I go for everything. I could be like, I am an enormous driver of the ball. I hit the ball a very long way.
Yep.
Very rarely does it go where I want it. And
just sort of saying, you got to add something to this. Recovery.
Oh, yep, recovery.
Take off mental because that'll change depending on the day.
Take mental out and put recovery in
Yep.
there. That's cool. All right, and what would you rate? What would we rate Joel on driving?
Driving, I reckon he is a 80.
An 80. Happy with that. Yeah, driving is probably my worst part of the game.
But that's because of how you play. Like I reckon you grab an old 3-wood out and you hit more fairways. It's just surprisingly like on 10 you hit 3-iron, guts it. That went up a bit.
Yep. I'm happy with that. 85, 80, play 68.
Yep.
Iron play.
I'm going to go, I'm an 85 again.
Okay.
Yep.
Pretty vanilla. Just good at everything. I mean,
hang on. You wait for it.
Yeah. We'll get to that. My irons have been reasonably good of late. I don't find, because I hit the ball reasonably long off the tee, even when I'm snapping it, I don't have to. If it's snapping, it's not on the fairway, so I don't have to hit anything from really like a 4 to a 6. So it's 7 through 9 for me. I reckon I'm giving myself about a 76. I feel like it's
very specific number.
Yeah, I like it. I feel like I'm happy with where that part of my game's at.
Yep.
And as a 10 handicapper, I'm happy with a 76 there. What are we thinking for Joel?
He would be a 70.
Okay. Yeah, happy with a 70 for Joel. Chipping?
I'm going to say...
Good. You got some good touch.
Okay, no. Chipping is like pitching as well.
Yeah, so anything
pitching
from what, like 80 in, 70 in?
Yeah, okay, so I would say I'm bunker play, I'm probably like a 90.
Yeah, you're good out of the you're good out of the sand. I'm Jeff Farmer out of the sand, the wizard. I don't miss much out of the sand.
Chipping and pitching, I'm back down to like a 60. So what is that? 70 something.
Give yourself a 78.
78.4.
78. Yeah, it could be a 0.4. I would give myself. So I reckon from. If I'm about like 70 meters, I'm really good at it. I think I take
that your number.
Yeah, I take my 60-degree wedge, and like I'm pretty comfortable with that.
Yep.
If I am, but that stops at about 50. So then if I'm 50 to 30, it's like,
Yeah,
I don't like that. Has to be finesse and touch. Not really good with that. Inside 30, then it's a little bit nicer. Whiz it out of the traps.
Yep.
I'm pretty good out of the traps. I'd give myself maybe 71. Yeah, 71. I'm happy with the 71 there.
14 for Joel, thanks.
Let's give
Lock
Joel
in
a 20.
14,
14.
thanks.
Yeah, give Joel a 14.
And that's gone up slightly.
Yeah, he is just.
He won't even argue that point.
He's had a bunker lesson, hasn't he?
He can play a long bunker shot because it's just a full swing. It's just get it over the lip. Don't worry
Soft
about it.
touch
Just pick it
and
up.
not for
Yeah,
him,
it's
yeah.
full or nothing really. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go 14.
Yep.
Putting from off the green.
Oh, putting from off the green,
98.
98. Joel is he's good
Tiger
at it.
Woods, yeah.
He's literally Tiger. Rightio, what do we got next? I can't really see down there. Putting.
Oh,
10.
no, hang on. 55. Okay, this is the problem. Give me a 20-footer, very good. Like actually make a couple.
Yeah.
Give me a 3-footer, pick it up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say a 55.
Yeah. I have been so shit at putting.
You've had a couple of swears. I don't know if you realise.
Oh, yeah. Gee
And
whiz.
some have been, I'm going to say there's at least $2 that have been.
I had a couple of F-bombs in there, haven't I?
You did.
Oh, no.
You did. There'll be a couple of emails.
Have they hit the mark, though? Have they
One I went,
emphasised any-
oi!
Yeah.
Like I was taken back.
As in you were taken back and
Yeah.
how well it emphasised my
No,
point?
no, like,
Okay.
oh, that didn't need to be said.
Damn. All right. Dang flag it. Flag nubbit or whatever it
There
is.
you go.
I don't know.
Close
Anyway, close enough. I'll throw a couple of dollars in there. So, yeah, my putting is really bad. I don't know what I'm doing when I get up to the putter, which is not great. I'm okay at reading the greens. I very rarely will get it wrong to the point where it's snaking off to the wrong way. But my distance is just putrid.
Yeah.
Like I will either, put it into next week or we'll leave it a mile short.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I put it within a bin lid.
And when you're in that bin lid, are you like, yeah, cool, bang.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with
Okay.
it. Like, but that's within 2 feet. If
Yeah.
it's 2 to 4,
Yeah, okay.
the knees start to get wobbly.
Yeah.
I'll give myself a 48
Yep.
putting, which is shocking. That's not very good at all. Like,
Considering it's the most important part.
yeah, considering
across that whole board.
Yep, 48.
Joel would
That's
be
average.
I'm going to say an 85.
He's from all the videos that I've watched,
Yeah.
is like he makes his strokes back on you on the putting green.
Yep. Nothing,
Probably part and
nothing
parcel
silly.
because you miss a few, but like
Yeah.
he's dialed in.
It's not something that stands out. I don't know if that's because the chipping's terrible, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. You don't go, oh, Joel's got a 3-foot. Here we go. It's like this.
Yeah,
It's
there
pretty
you go.
much.
That's
I reckon
good.
he'll get this.
And then what's next? Recovery. I have to do a lot of recovering.
We're talking like, okay, behind a tree, I've got to snap hook it around over that, back onto the green.
Creativity.
Yeah, creativity. That's probably the better word. I'm going to say I'm a 95.
Yeah, you are. You do creative. I like the one. You had a couple of them at the at Mount Lawley where it was just drop the foot back and really
Yeah,
try
we'll
and
let the
rope-
hands go, yeah.
try and rope one around. My creativity is a 99, but my execution of that creativity is not. I'll give myself for being creative an 80. I
Yep.
think that's my best part of my game because I'm always in that position.
Yep.
I'm so frequently behind a tree that I need to just rope something out.
Yep.
I'm all like, I've got Einstein brains when it comes to thinking of a shot.
Yeah.
And then I just execute it like I'm a 2-year-old sometimes. So I'll give myself an 80. What about Joel?
I'm going to give Joel a 50. And the only reason I'm going to say that is because he's only got one. It's a chip out or a cut.
Yeah.
It's the video of him at Whaleback at the minute. And there's a couple of times where he could have just hit it out to the right and slung it onto the green. Doesn't have the shot. Turned to the left. Chipped it
Punched
out.
Yeah.
It's like and then he makes a triple on it, and he could have been a par. So it's something he needs to get the draw in his game.
Needs to find a way to put it in there.
Yep.
All right, there you go. So yours, you've got an 85 driving, 85 iron, 78 for chipping, 55 putting, and what do you got? 80? Did you say?
For
What was your creativity?
95.
95 creativity. Okay.
Who does all the graphics and does all the social media posts?
Usually Jaden.
Okay, Jaden, you're gonna have to make like some play cards now with
Yeah,
like
well,
the total in the top corner.
Yeah,
Sorry,
make
mate.
So yeah, I don't know what that average is. Actually, I'll do that right now live for you. So while you read my player stats out, when I'll just get these.
So you've got what do you got? 68 for driving, 76 for irons, chipping's a 71, putting's a 48.
Yeah, and then my creativity is an 80 because I'm 99 thinking about it.
Do you reckon your putting's that bad?
Yeah, my putting's so bad.
Oh, okay.
My putting's putrid. I can't see the overalls, so that's good. So your overall is an 80 rounded up,
Yep, I'll take that.
which I think that checks out.
Because you're 80, and then you'd say like a guy on the Oz Tour that I play against is a 90, and then a PGA Tour is
here we
like
go.
a 95, 96.
79.868. So let's call
Round
that
up,
80.
round
Round
up.
that up to 80. I'm 60. Nah, see, we've done Joel a disservice there by putting.
No, that's his putting. No, sorry, his chipping.
Yeah,
and
so-
that's dead right. Like he won't argue that.
Yeah, but that puts his overall under mine.
Well,
which is
sort it out then, mate.
fair enough.
He-
Actually, and he's not here. He's not here.
Yeah, but we were playing, and he was not hitting. Like he could go for like there was a hole where it was like 270 at Whaleback, and it's like driver, and he doesn't want to because it will put him too close to the green. Like it's missing from his game that he will just I'll go back so I have 100 meters in.
Yeah,
Like you got to have a pop, mate.
you have to have a go.
I hope
yeah.
he's really angry listening to this.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a rat's
Joel's
ass.
on. Joel's round him. Actually, round Joel down to 59. roll me
Round
up.
him down.
Roll me up to 69. So I'm 10 ahead of him. No, that's probably fair. I'll take that. I'm happy with that. We'll print that, chop it up, put it on a golf card,
Yep.
and we'll go from there. So
That was good.
Yeah, that was brilliant. He'll
That was
see
very
that and he'll be stoked.
Don't go on holiday, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Stay here. Me next week.
Yeah, you're
My
screwed,
golf
buddy.
card next week
You're
is at
screwed,
10.
yeah.
Oh, we're nowhere near it. I'm looking forward to going over and playing over there.
I don't know much about courses in South Africa, but the only one I know is the one that they play once a year.
In Sun City?
Yeah.
Is it the Gary? I think it might. Is it a Gary Player Championship course? I don't know, but I'm looking forward.
Someone
to it.
will tell.
I'll take some videos. I'll get some stuff. Speaking of videos, we've got to cast your mind back 5 years at this point. So it's 2025. Sorry, it's 2025 now. 2020.
Yep.
COVID. We were pretty lucky with our lockdown. But there was a period where it was like, I think we probably had a week or two where we couldn't leave the house. I don't know. Anyway, in and around that time, I was living with my brother Will and a mate of his, James Colmer, Stiffy. And we got a golf net and a Rapsodo golf monitor.
Oh, he went all out.
And it was just like, and we set it up in the little front yard and you could practice.
Yep.
Now, this video, it records your swing. We are living in the middle of suburbia. We've set this up. And Dan, if we can get this full screen, this is my favourite golf video of all time.
That's a high tee. That's a high tee.
If anyone here is listening, and this is an audio platform as well as a visual platform, do yourself a favour and get on YouTube and watch this. We're gonna put this on our socials because this is in the middle of suburbia.
Oh, that tee's way too high.
Watch this shot. Put the slow-mo on it too.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Just see the ball. Watch it again.
Does it go through or over?
It just goes straight over the net.
That's a big swing. Oh, my God.
Just go one more time.
Did you hear anything?
Nah, look at it.
Oh, man.
Just sails
That's
straight
launched.
over. And because he's topped it, it's gone 130 metres away at a launch angle of nearly 45 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Someone is literally going to be in the middle of suburbia,
Bang.
so far away from a golf course, and it's just going to have this ball screaming into their front yard.
Oh, mate.
Oh, and that just popped up for me on the other day. Someone sent in something, and I sent that back. And I just remember thinking that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Did he hit any more after that, or was he too scared?
we were done. We
no,
were done.
you
It was
wouldn't. You just give it a...
Oh, my God. It was just so funny. So if anyone has any other funny videos or things that they can send in, please send them through because It's just like the thing about golf, and I don't know, you find this still because you're very good, but I'm at a point where I can play some really good golf and then laughable golf.
Yeah.
To the point where I can do something. I'm like, how on earth has that just happened?
Yep.
You would get that every now, like you shank sometimes.
The shank is the one that you just go, oh.
Where's that come from? That rarely happens. That'll happen. That happens a bit more frequently for me.
Yeah.
And I will still do things where I'm just like, that is just unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
it is.
You're past being mad.
I'm just like, how? Like, you'll be on the fairway and you'll just think, okay, I'm going to hit my hybrid. I'm going to hit this nice. You'll hit on top of it. It'll dig into the ground and go backwards. And you're just like, what is going on? Like the other, on Sunday, I was on the par 5 14th, bunker on the right off the tee. I was in the back bunker, so it's shallow.
Yep.
And I was like,
Going for it.
No. I had looked at my dot on my glove, and I was like, because this was I just had a birdie, so I was like, I'm still in
back.
it.
Yeah.
I was like, righto, I'm going to take a 7-iron. I'm just going to get it down to the hill, and then I'm going to play onto the green.
Yep.
I had my 5-iron in my hand, put the 5-iron back, and said to myself, looking at the dot, I'm going to take the 7-iron, and just thinned the biscuits out of it straight into the lip. And I was like, well, perfect.
Rip the glove off. Nah.
Ripped the glove off, took the 8-iron, sliced it into the trees, lost ball, white hole, done. And it was just like, of all the things that I've done, I've just thinned this. I've taken the smart option and I've still rocketed this thing into the lip. Anyway, so if you've got any videos or confessions or funny golf stories to send through, please do it because they are just the best.
Yep.
They are so good. Now, Dan, I'm looking at one here. What are we looking at here? So we've got...
That's the one I text you. It's an email.
Okay, you've got an email. So I've got some stuff here. Have you got anything else to talk while I read these things off?
No.
No? Perfect.
No. Sorry.
No, that's cool. Just give me
No
Dan.
homework. No research.
Homework. All right, here we go. Sorry. This can't. Hey, legends. Little bit of. So now we're going to just read things that we've been sent in.
Okay.
And we'll discuss from there. Hey, legends. Little story time here for the swing of it, lads. Thank you. Love the podcast and everything else you guys do. Well, that's nice. I've been meaning to send in, and Ron's last video showing off the amazing Mount Lawley golf course reminded me of the day. Fair enough. It's a nice golf course, isn't it? Really nice.
It is.
Let me set the scene. It's March 18th, and it's the Drummond/Nexus Insurance, a few sponsors to try and get on board for the pod, racing industry 4-ball Lambros golf day at the amazing Mount Lawley. 4 of us golf battlers were put together as a team to represent the Taylor Racing stable. Don't know what Lockie Taylor was thinking putting a 15, 16, 18 and a 27 handicapper together that hit a golf shot 1 in every 6 swings, but it might have been the constant harassing we did to finally get invited to step foot on the course. Shotgun start off the 11th. Par, birdie, par, birdie, par, bogey, par, birdie, birdie. Vibes are up, birdie train started, and we're finishing off strong. And then, hole 6, par 3, 166 metres, pin front left, protected by a bunker. Kieran, Scotty, and myself have all shanked it off the tee box. Birdie train looks like it might have come to an end. Cade steps up, 6-iron, straight out of the middle. Just clears the lip of the bunker and then disappeared.
Oh.
Unsure whether it's in the ravine, not being familiar with the course. There was excitement because another golf shot was made. A bit of a cheer and vibes have lifted again. Lockie's group appears behind us and asks what the commotion was. He started filming and we started filming the drive up. Inserts video.
This is a good hole in one if he's done
Fuck off! Boy, fuck that ball!
Go on.
Swear jar.
No, I don't tell him.
Come on.
Oh shit.
You can't see it.
$1.
No way.
I still can't see it. You can't see it.
Oh.
Don't run on the greens. Please, just walk. And that is the reaction of an 18 to a 27 handicapper.
Only one.
Unreal. Good hole.
I never.
Nearest the pin in the hole. What do you do with the nearest the pin? Is that what you do? It can't be.
I remember with
I think that is there any more? Cade Clutch McKenzie has just got his first hole in one. We finished with a hole in one, birdie, and a lot of drinks consumed that night.
Winners.
Anyway,
Winners?
keep up the content. Cheers, Chris.
Did they win?
I don't think they won.
How is that not one?
That sounds crazy if they didn't win.
Chris,
Chris, I know you're listening to this. Chris, let us know if you guys won that.
if you haven't won, that's ridiculous.
That'll be a
That handicap's huge and all that.
It feels like you must have won.
Come on.
Anyway, what do you do with the nearest the pin?
Well, there was a discussion when I was working at Pinjarra that someone had a hole in one,
Yeah.
and then the argument was they weren't nearest the pin because the ball you had to be near the pin, and I was like, it's
on
touching the pin.
It's touching the pin.
Yeah, but it's not the nearest. That was it was like a good 15-minute
Played
argument.
lawn bowls before when you touch the jack.
Yeah,
That's still lawn
Well,
bowls.
that's what I was dealing with because obviously this person's hit a good shot to like a foot and annoyed that the hole in one took away the nearest the pin. And I was like, this is a joke.
That argument would have just been, do you know what you should have done? You should have got in front of the presentation at the end of the comp and said, walked it up and said, okay, plead your case. Here's your,
Let the
here's your
jury
gallery,
decide,
let the jury
yeah.
decide.
You can see where Ron got from.
Yeah.
These are conversations I had in a pro shop.
Hi, my name is Steve. Hi, Steve. Thanks for all of you for enjoying the day. I'm here to just discuss the nearest to pin on hole 15.
Congratulations first to Dave for getting it in the hole in
Yeah,
one.
Dave, congrats, mate. A hole in one's awesome. I actually hit it to a foot, so I'm up here pleading my case that I should win
Yep.
the nearest to pin because his was on the pin, mine was near the pin.
That's the conversation I had.
And he, what would the jury have said to that?
There would have been like glasses thrown
Yeah.
at the guy on stage.
It would have just been crickets for a second. I thought, are you kidding me, mate? Like, what are you doing? It would have been booted out of the course.
Very good.
Very, very good.
Want to know if he won though?
Yeah, would love to know if he won. And also, that sort of content there, there's a few dollars. Chris, you owe us a few bucks, I think.
Join the
Yeah, you can sign up to Patreon.
There you go.
You can sign up as a patron, Chris. That's probably the best way for you to repay us those
and
dollars.
apologise.
Dan, we've got a few more videos. Are they associated with an email?
I haven't got them.
Okay, no, that's
I
cool.
have some fun. I have 3 fines.
Okay, beautiful. We'll listen to them at the end. I'm going to read you some emails. We've got some cracking emails. So Jaden forwards these all to me. I read through them.
A lot?
A lot.
That's
We
cool.
Probably had like 50 emails that we had to read, that I had to read through.
I'm
Which
still,
is good.
I'm still astonished that people are listening. Like I still,
it's good.
It's very
It's
cool.
crazy,
Like
isn't it?
it's just crazy. Like even the fact that it's growing so quickly. Like it's just
The fastest.
Thank you
growing-
very much.
We obviously speak only in facts. We're the fastest growing podcast in the golf podcast in the world.
that gets done on a Tuesday.
No. Yeah.
Or just straight up.
We're
We're not throwing in any other
No,
facts.
we definitely are the fastest growing golf podcast that's recorded on a Tuesday and released on a Thursday.
Yep.
Because we're also the fastest growing golf podcast in the world. So that covers all things. Anyway, Daniel N. Is this Daniel's? Yes. Daniel N. has just sent through Nilsson, I think his last name is, because that's in his email address. Righto. Thoughts on early calls with putting?
Magpie.
Doesn't particularly bother me, but a few weeks ago, I was grouped with 11 handicap, was grouped with a 14-year-old off 24 and a 2 handicapper. The 2 handicapper had at least 6 putts during the round where they were looking good. The junior said, "Good putt, mate." And you wouldn't know it, they lipped out the last turn. The 2 handicapper was visibly angry after this happened twice, but had the good grace not to say anything to the young junior. Do things like that bother you, or is it water off a duck's back? I chatted to the junior and told him you can only say good putt on 3 occasions. 1, if it's a good lag putt that goes to tap-in range. 2, if it's a putt that is good and goes in. Or 3, if it's a mate who's hit an absolutely shit putt and missed an easy one. Would love to know your thoughts. I personally am not fast. There's no bigger critic of my own putting than me. Would love to know your thoughts. Cheers, Chris.
Yeah, we call that the magpie.
The magpie guy.
The magpie.
Yeah.
It's it. Oh, out she goes.
It's amazing how all it takes is one word for the to just burn an edge.
And what is it the breeze from the voice that has blown it
don't
offline?
know.
Like, what do you think's happened? That I mean, I guess 6 times you would start to go, maybe this
Shut
is
up,
the
mate.
reason why it isn't going.
Just
but
shut your mouth.
I also would have encouraged it if I was playing against this bloke for the
I
14-year-old to
love-
keep going.
Like there is nothing funnier to me than when you're playing with a mate and he hits just the worst shot ever. Shot, mate.
yeah.
Good.
Well,
Shot.
Joel's made a bloody ball marker from
Yeah,
it.
shot, mate. Good
It can,
shot.
yeah. We say it to someone who makes some stupid comment. He writes something absolutely obscure and stupid. You just write "shot, mate" underneath,
mate,
and everyone knows that
he's
you're an idiot. Yeah.
It's just the best. And like, just when they miss an easy, I love saying it. Good putt, mate.
Yeah.
I do it to Kev all the time.
I want to meet Kev. I feel bad for him.
You will meet Kev. Anyway, thanks for that, Daniel. From Bryce Jeffrey. Bryce writes in an email. Subject is a shank-free miracle. Matt, you there? Hey, legends, long-time listener, first-time hole-in-oneer here. I've had about a half a dozen lessons with Matt/Ron, don't know who Matt is, over the last 18 months. Before lesson 1, I had a nasty case of the shanks. The kind that made a stranger on the range slowly back away and call their loved ones. Fast forward to now, and Ron's coaching has helped me tighten up my iron game to the point where I actually enjoy holding a club again. This weekend, I achieved what every golfer dreams of, my first ever hole-in-one. Ecstatic. I did what any loyal student would do. I text Ron to share the news. Crickets. Now, here's the thing. If I message Ron to say, wow, what a bunker shot on 18, in reference to his amazing 3-wood out of the bunker from 240 on his latest New Zealand trip, he would reply in under a minute. But when I notify him that his coaching has culminated in the greatest shot of my life, radio silence. So I figured he won't reply to my text. May as well. Maybe he'll hear it here through the soothing sounds of his own podcast. Ron, mate, I aced one. And whether you text me back or not, I owe you big time. Love the show. Keep swinging. Cheers, Bryce.
He sent that to me, and I was mid-lesson, and I think I had back to back to back. And by the time I finished the last, I've just
just completely forgot.
Well done, mate. Congratulations. I apologise.
Yeah, well done, Bryce.
This makes up for it.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
wasn't ignoring you. Well done.
A sensational hole-in-one.
Well
A
done.
hole-in-one anywhere is good.
Yep. Oh,
Except
par
for par
3.
three course.
Yeah.
My cousin had one at a par 3 course. He
Sorry,
claims
mate.
it.
How far?
150.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm paying. Anything under 100, I don't think counts.
Unless it's on a golf course. Like, unless it's a part of a
150 metres. That's a
Yeah, it's
that's
a
a hole in
par-
one.
yeah,
That's a hole in one.
Yep, I'll give it to him.
Yep.
Chad Mayo writes in, I have been doing Ron's chipping and putting 3-ball, whatever you call it. I think I can help Ron and potentially Joel out, creating more pressure. Take your 1-year-old with you at 5, and the wife wants you home by 5:30. Lots of pressure, and I got it done. Also, follow-up question. Andrew's brother, that's me. Alex Carey and Shane Warne were failed footy players and went on to great sporting success. When is it your time to succeed in sport? Oh, that's a bit of a whack. Love the pod and the butcher stories. Cheers. I didn't read that far ahead. I was just looking at the baby stuff. That would add a lot of pressure.
It would, yeah. I always, like the other way you can do it is if you've gone to the driving range and you want to hit balls.
Yep.
You can't go hit balls
Until you've done that.
And if you say go to Wembley, that gets packed.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got like, hang on, by 5 p.m. this place is heaving.
Yep.
And it's 4:15. You're
and
going.
I need to bay up
Yeah.
there.
Now
otherwise
you're
I'm
in.
trouble.
You're in the middle of it there. So I like it. Any bit of pressure you can add to your practice, it's going to help when you go out and play.
I didn't do the full 3 spots.
Did you go try it?
I did it before the round on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I did it from just one spot. Took
Yep.
3 balls and was like seeing how many times, seeing if I get 3 putts
Yep.
in a row before I got to
Yep.
the tee box. Only had about 5 minutes. Didn't do it.
So that works both ways. Now you guys, he going, oh no,
shivers.
short game's gone.
Shivers.
Yeah, shivers.
bro. I'm back. Right. We've spoken about Caleb's got one. We will get that done, I think, the Golf Bible. We're going to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I think we'll do that.
That's a 5-minute little video.
Yeah.
Bang.
An easy one. And then, you could even do upgraded versions for people graduating public courses that are started at a private course, maybe.
Yep.
Don't wear your hat inside.
Yep.
Tuck your shirt in. Do this, do that,
Yep.
It's a great one. We'll do a Golf Bible. Last one here. Hey, lads. Swinger Lee here. Shout out Patreon. Thank you, Swinger.
Oh.
He's throwing his keys in the jar. I'm just starting out at golf and got given some lessons for my birthday. Only played a couple of rounds in my life, so looking to learn the basics. Went and saw the old bloke at the local for the first lesson and went away a bit confused. That can happen. Clearly, I need a lot of work because he kept correcting my grip, feet, swing mechanics, and everything in between. When I would swing, I would focus on one thing. I got told to think about another area, and then I would need to focus on that. Question for Chopper. What's your approach to coaching new golfers? Focus on 1 or 2 things per lesson to fix, or try and get across all the major points from the start? Also, what are the signs of a good coach to anyone having lessons when starting out as to know what to look out for?
Ooh, good.
That's a couple of ones to break down. Are you
Yeah.
thinking about 1 or 2 things with the new golfer? Like a brand new, fresh canvas. Hey, mate, what's this? A bat?
Yeah.
My golf bat. First
Yeah.
time I'm holding it.
Yeah.
Gripping it like this.
Yeah, you go straight into, a freshie, you go straight into the grip, bit of posture, let them hit some shots. It just depends how quickly they learn. You'll get someone in the first 10 minutes that starts hitting it, and then just say they're hitting it and it starts hooking. You can go hang on, at some point we need to sort this
stop
out.
doing that,
Do
yeah.
I let him go and then he just goes and kills everyone over on the left-hand side? So, an ideal lesson for me, and I probably tell this to people, is 1 or 2 things.
Yep.
But probably more the case, and it sounds silly, I want to make a good lesson, I become redundant. And I mean that by they hit a bad shot, and before I chime in, they go, oh, yeah, did that again.
yeah.
And then you're like, awesome.
Perfect. That's my
You're
job
going to
now.
go practice. You're not going to go on YouTube
Yep.
unless you're watching Ron.
Yep.
And
Or
this.
Or the swing of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're not going to work out why I just went there because we've talked about it. You just felt it.
Yep.
And you're now set you free.
Yep.
You're off and running. And then they come back a month later and they've forgotten it or whatever happens. But
Yep. And then if you were going to, so just focus on a couple of things. If you were for a young golfer or an up and comer who's starting golf lessons, because some golf coaches think they're the best and aren't.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. It's fair to say. There's
Yep.
plenty of them out there, as is with every coach. What's some things to look out for in a golf coach or someone teaching a lesson? Good, bad, or maybe just a good and a bad?
Oh, I reckon you've got to, like, it's like a relationship, to be honest. You've got to click. Like, if it doesn't make sense to you, or like everyone learns differently. So, like, I probably would get people and move them, grab them and go, oh, do this and feel that. Other people are like, oh, you need to move, like, look at that, 16 degrees this way, you need to change that to 14 degrees. And then people like that, and other people like getting moved. As a good coach, you would probably work out how they learn.
Yep.
And then, if they can't work that out, then that's probably a sign that they're not.
Not
If they're
for you.
set in their way and this is how you swing a golf club, and I don't care if you've got a bad back, this is how you swing a golf club,
They're not for you.
probably not for you.
No, fair enough. I like that. So if anyone else has any questions, there was so many good ones. And mindful of the time that we don't want to be here for 4 hours, you will get your questions read and answers it if you sign up to Patreon.
So that's what we do after this.
We're going to do that after this. So throw your keys in the bowl.
And we're
become
only
a
reading
swinger.
Patreon.
We're only going to read Patreon questions.
Cool. Okay.
So if
I have
you're-
no idea how this all works.
Yeah,
so.
we'll get to that in a bit. But before we finish up, Dan, we had some fines last week. We had a cracker. I listened to that back, the one of the guys singing
singing?
the Katy Perry song and just losing it, like so funny. So we
Hey,
need a
guys,
bit of that.
loving the-
Here we go. Let's listen.
Hey guys, loving the pod so far. Congrats on everything you've achieved to date. Just interested in your thoughts on the evolution of Ron Chopper, the man, the myth, the legend. In the early days, he was a bit of an annoying punter at Pinjarra. He starts out trying to make a couple of talented children cry in one video, and then he's taking on pros at different clubs in other videos. Lots of sass, lots of swagger. And now he's sort of evolved into a bit of a connoisseur of golf courses, raconteur. And I'm wondering if that evolution has been deliberate, if it's just evolved. Joel, if you've kind of had any influence on the public face of Chopper and his media presence. And I guess where to from here? I think the pod's going to be huge in terms of growing the audience. And certainly with Hammer as the ultimate hype man, Chopper's image is in good hands with you guys. But where to from here for Ron? There's a lot of us behind him. He's the people's champion. What are your thoughts?
Best foreign ever. I love that guy. Who's
Very
that
nice.
guy?
I don't
What a
know.
beautiful. So often, well, actually, what I found in the last couple of weeks is that the majority of the fines come from Joel's mates who just are potting him.
Yeah.
So we don't know who that man is.
Yep.
But thank you. That is an exceptionally good.
That's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, where to for you here?
I
Because
don't know.
we're going gangbusters here. As I've said, the fastest growing golf podcast in the world.
in the world. I don't know. I guess you can only go by the comments and how a video, the views go. That's how we're sort of.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like showcasing golf courses that people might never play. And if we can go do that, then that's what we're going to go do.
I don't even know what raconteur means.
Yeah, I know. That was
what a
good.
word.
I'll keep going with
Yeah,
that.
we'll find that out.
Ron, I don't know. Ron's just me after a couple of beers. That's probably the best way to describe it. We're just having a game, having a laugh, and me and Joel bounce off each other, and
A few Guinness.
a couple of Guinness, and people like watching it. And it's just, I feel like where it is now is what it's going to be, and we'll just take that and see how it goes. We'll go if we ever go to the States, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
and
you're going international.
yeah, that'd be very interesting. Like if to play with some Americans would be very interesting how that goes.
Their humour is different. I mean, I feel like they do love Australians,
Yeah.
the Yanks.
But like we get pulled up a lot about how me and Joel treat each other. Like Joel especially. Like there was one that actually he didn't rub him down very well. I would have probably liked it. Rubbed him the wrong way.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. Just someone who just had a full-on go at him about the way he talks to me. And then I was trying to work out what he's talking about. And I
Yeah.
just realised that that's just what Aussies
Mates,
do.
yeah, Aussies just talk.
It's a sign of respect.
Yeah.
If I hit a bad putt and you let me know
Shot,
about it,
mate.
yeah, shot, mate. But with that, there's times where I hit a shot and there's a high five, and so that makes me think, what will Americans think of us?
Yeah.
And that sort of side of it, it could go well. It could, I don't know. I think English would be all right. I don't know.
I feel like the Pommies get our humour,
Yep.
our dry sort of sarcasm
Yep.
sort of stuff.
They do it too.
Whereas I think the Yanks, if it's not a direct, like if it's not clearly a joke,
Yep.
they're very respectful on the golf course.
It's either way.
With
Like,
it, yeah.
there's a couple of YouTubers He's DOD King or
Yeah, driver off the deck.
he plays against people that have like called him out. Like he
Yeah.
flies to where they are.
He's so good.
But then the game is very like
Intense,
it's
yeah.
intense, yeah, and it's like they mean what they're saying, whereas we don't.
Yanks also give themselves way too many putts.
Yep.
Oh, I was talking about this with someone the other day. I caddied for a group years ago at Kingston Heath, and this guy was off. The group of there were 4 American blokes. One of them was off 2, one of them was off 6, and then the other 2 were off about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And this guy off 2 went around, and like he's like, I was like, oh, what's your best score? He goes, oh, I've had 65 before. I'm like, oh wow, buddy, like
Right.
this guy's a star.
Yeah.
Anyway, first hole, hits it out of the bunker to 2 meters, and like as I'm raking his bunker, someone's thrown him the ball. That's good, mate.
No.
Par.
No.
He's put up his 4. What'd you have, mate? 4. He's given himself a 2-meter putt. They would have had across 18 holes, 4 of them. I reckon there would have been a combined no more than like 60 putts taken.
No.
They just anything within 2 or 3 meters. Good. Yep. Do you have that?
Well, that's the game plan right there. No putts given.
Incredible.
We're not giving them any putts.
No putts.
Okay.
Anyway, next, Dan. I nearly called you Jaden then.
Hey lads, I went to Whaleback driving range last night and my driver head snapped off my shaft and absolutely devil about it. My handicap is like mid-20s, just kind of wondering what recommendations you would have for forgiving, just get my money's worth kind of driver.
Marketplace.
I reckon a lot of it, when you hit driver off mats and you hit the ground,
Kills it.
killing it. There was a guy that snapped his 2-iron, and the first thing I was like where it snapped was right at the base. And I was like,
Yeah.
your ball's off
Off the
mats.
range? Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
I reckon that like constant,
Smack.
especially with a graphite shaft. Like you'd hope you're not hitting the ground with your driver, but it's going to happen when you're off a 20 odd, and I reckon that's enough for it to start weakening. But yeah, I'd go to marketplace for if you're buying brand new. Wilson make a pretty good driver.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't.
You don't know? Do you know much about new brands anymore? Or you got a lot of old school stuff?
I got a lot of old school stuff. I haven't actually. Well, I've been lucky, very fortunate in my golfing career that I haven't ever had to buy a new set of clubs. I've always had hand-me-downs that are reasonably good.
If you walked into Golf Box right now, you'd be walking around going,
Well, have a look at this. Actually, the only club I've bought wedges. I've been constantly
Okay,
upgrading my
yep.
wedges, and that's it.
maybe when they sponsor us.
Yeah,
that could be-
when Golf Box sponsor us,
and then they do a walkthrough of
Hammer
Hamish.
can do a walkthrough.
He's
First-
walking through discovering
Oh.
things made after
What are these?
2003. Yeah.
What are these things?
Oh, what?
I've never seen this club
Yeah.
before.
What's Strixon?
Yeah, what's a Strixon? What's a Richard Nixon? So I'm looking forward to that.
Sorry, back to his question.
Yeah, back to the question,
Marketplace, especially off that sort of handicap, you probably wouldn't get fitted until, I don't know, you're in the teens or you're starting to hit the ball a bit better. If you're snapping your driver because you're smacking the ground, then just get something cheaper that's going to get through the hard times until the swing gets a bit better.
I like it.
G'day, boys. Long time listener, first time caller.
Yep, thank you.
I just want to get your thoughts on is a quote unquote home handicap an actual thing? I'll give you an example. I joined the Vines in 2015, having never played golf before. My first handicap was around a 20, something like that. And when I left 7 years later in 2022, my handicap was a 7.5. I then joined PGN and playing pretty regularly, I would say on average once every fortnight, sometimes once every week. And now my handicap is a 12. And it fluctuates between a 12 to a 13, something like that. And I think a lot of it has to do with my mental, not playing courses I've never played at before. I've never seen, and going around the metro area, playing different tracks, not knowing where my miss is, not knowing where I can hit it, all those things. And so I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on, if you are a member of a club for a certain amount of time, is that your genuine handicap, or is that what I'm calling a quote unquote home handicap? So yeah, just want to get your thoughts on that, boys. Cheers.
I think my instant thoughts on that are yes, until about like a 4 or 5. Because I feel like under that, you've got to be good enough to just adapt and play any sort of thing. If you're off like a 7 or an 8, it can, I'm at Cottesloe, I can't hit a fade. So my handicap is never going to go low there because the course is just, a lot of it is, you have to go left to right. But if I was at a course that had a lot of dogleg left, I could go a lot lower than I do. So like if your natural shape is right to left or left to right and your course just happens to have that, you're going to be lower. And also you just get to know it. Playing it repetitively, of course you're going to get better at it. I reckon home handicaps exist until about a 5.
Yeah.
Below that, you're good enough to just be that good.
You got a lot of like there's like even in pennants, like the top guys in pennants, there's like their side sometimes changes between home and away because they know someone is like amazing here at Cott but cannot play anywhere else but.
Yeah.
So that makes perfect sense what he said, and it's definitely true. Someone who plays like for PGN, who if they want to jump on board PGN,
yeah, feel free, guys.
They,
I was thinking that was Papua New Guinea until I realised it was the Perth Golf Network. Yeah.
Perth Golf Network. I reckon those guys or the guys that play everywhere are probably. Their handicap is spot on.
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
Very much spot
That's
on,
a
and he's dead
realistic
right.
handicap.
Yeah, you stand on a par 3 on your home course, and you pull the club out before you even measure it.
Yeah,
that's when it becomes like hang on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, he's dead right. I think add another 3 or 4 to most handicaps once you start playing away. But I think that's why they brought in that rating system. So what you were here meant
scratch
something.
rating or the slope rating or whatever it is.
This is harder course, so you get a couple more over here, and you lose a couple when you play an easy course. But it's still. Yeah, knowing a course inside out is different.
Actually, just one more question speaking of golf ratings. I had a mate of mine ask me this week, at what point does how hard does the course need to be rated or what's the scratch rating of a par 72 where breaking 80 counts? Because he's broken 80 apparently at a real easy course.
Yeah, okay.
Do you have any thoughts on that? I just said to him, I was like, I think it counts. Anything under 80 is under 80. If it's par 72, you've broken 80.
Yeah, I mean, that course is, you would think that like if it's a short hole, they've made it a par 3, and if it's a really long hole, it's par 5. Like they're keeping within the rules. There'll be some easy holes, but I think if they're trying to justify it, deep down they probably know it doesn't count.
So sucked in.
When you do it at a good course, then you feel like I earned that, and I'm going to tell people about it. Yeah. And there's other times you're like, I don't know if I'll bring it up.
Yeah. If you go to dinner and like, should I say it? Then you know you haven't broken.
When we played Jack's Point, I think off the black markers, it gave Joel like an extra 4 shots or something. Like that's when you're like, okay, this is a golf course. Like this is going to be tough. And then, so back to definitely home handicaps.
Yep.
Play elsewhere.
Yeah,
if you want to get better, play elsewhere.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Dan, have we got anything else over there, or that's about it? We're
You got some homework?
Yeah, I got some homework. Watch Tin Cup. I'm going to watch that. I'll download it. Watch it on the flight to South Africa. I'll send you guys some content from
where you are.
From Sun City.
Will there be like, this is a stupid thing to say, will there be like animals on the course?
I think so. I think there's like baboons and stuff
that
cruise around there.
Well, I would be a bit nervy.
Yeah, I would be too. Speak about your putting drill with 15 minutes before Wembley gets packed.
For the line jump.
What about hitting a 2-iron in front of the baboon that's about to rip my face off? 100 gorillas versus hammer or whatever the hell the goddamn thing is. I got a 2-iron that's just dead.
That's your homework.
That's my homework.
Photos, Tin Cup. Joel's going to listen to this and do his homework.
Yeah.
And then next week.
And we'll have our golf cards all done.
Yep.
Before we jump on, we're going to jump to Patreon now. So, for anyone who's listening that is not, you're going to miss out on what's next unless you sign up. Throw your keys in the fishbowl and become a swinger. It's $10 a month, less than a pint of Guinness at Kwinana. Feel free to jump in there, sign up. It's on our website, theswingofit.com.au. Jump on there, join that up. But also, follow us on Instagram, jump on YouTube. With 5,000 subscribers, when we get there, we're doing the John Daly Classic.
John Daly Guinness Classic.
The John Daly sponsored Guinness Classic.
Yep.
We could get Hooters
at Murray Park. Oh, would we?
It'd be awesome. The Hooters Guinness Classic, unbelievable. Yeah. Are they even alive still? Are they around?
The ones that the original Hooters.
Yeah. Anyway,
we don't want them.
We don't want them because they're probably old. I mean, anyway, we moved past
What's
that.
happened here?
I don't know. Let's get to Patreon. But yeah, subscribe on YouTube. I think we're just shy of 2,000 now. Once we get to 5,000, we're going bananas and doing the golf John Daly Hooters Classic. So jump on there. But yeah, we're going to sign off now and we're going over to Patreon. So
see you next week.
Sucked in if you're not listening.